What's up guys, it's BAYZY here and welcome to another video. Now I haven't made this type of video before based on what I would like to see within Ghost Recon Breakpoint, so I'm kind of just wanting to delve into this. Because there is quite a lot of things which aren't going to be getting added to Ghost Recon Breakpoint. That's mainly because Ubisoft is actually focusing on a load of other features which are going to be amazing, just like the injury system within the game. So let's get straight into the video. So what I want to start off with, my first thing which I would like to see within Ghost Recon Breakpoint, in which is a creator story mode. Now that A-Squad Gaming actually made a video based on that, and actually stated that Assassin's Creed Odyssey has this kind of thing within the game, and that actually worked quite well within that. And I know that Far Cry 4, in which was the last Far Cry in which I personally played, I don't know if it's actually in Far Cry 5 or even New Dawn, but within Far Cry it actually works quite well. And maybe having this create a story kind of mode within Breakpoint, it will kind of add this other thing to the game. So obviously they are focusing quite a bit on narrative within Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and Wildlands kind of touched on that with obviously the different DLCs in which there was within Ghost Recon Wildlands, and also just the narrative in general. Obviously we did have like a few cutscenes and some cinematics within Ghost Recon Wildlands, but I know that within Ghost Recon Breakpoint they will be adding quite a bit more. So my second thing which I would love to see within Ghost Recon Breakpoint is a battle royale. Now obviously we had Mercenaries, which was the last Wildlands update until Breakpoint comes out, and which actually works quite well within the Ghost Recon franchise. I actually really like this. I think it's Ubisoft's first ever battle royale, and it's worked out quite well. It's quite different to Apex Legends and Fortnite and even Battlefield's Firestorm and Blackout within Call of Duty. It kind of it works well, and I'm quite happy that this was added within the game, even though it's right at the back end of Wildlands' lifetime. I think it was a year ago before that they actually stated that they weren't actually able to make a battle royale for Wildlands because it was hard for Ubisoft at that time. But is this kind of a little bit of a hint that we will be getting this within Ghost Recon Breakpoint? Because obviously we did have the Culdee Walker suit in which you got actually free if you play one match. What I say is I definitely hope so. It's definitely a thing in which I would like to see. We are going to be getting the different systems within the game, such as injury. So I kind of want to go along those lines for my third point, in which is kind of using a bow and arrow hunting system. Now I know that within Red Dead Redemption 2 they actually had a bow and arrow and it worked quite well. You were able to actually sell the stuff in which you get, and there's tons of different animals within the game. Now I don't want them to go too far-fetched with this, but I would definitely like to see this within a Ghost Recon game. And obviously they are focusing on survival quite a bit within this game. Seeing this system within it would be quite interesting, to be honest. In fact, it also brings me on to my fourth point, which is the Wanderer Trader, for selling items, food and buying guns. Now this kind of hunting system kind of blends in with Wandering Trader, where you could actually sell the animals in which you get. It kind of goes along the lines of Far Cry once again, where you're actually selling the food in which you kind of get in the whole world. But moving swiftly on, I would also like to kind of see new islands popping up around Aurora, or even just having different kind of DLC content on different islands around the main island. We are going to be having this raiding system within Ghost Recon Breakpoint, such as the volcano. That's going to be kind of a raid in which you can do to be able to get tons of loot. It's kind of quite close to the Division if you look at it that way, as the Division kind of had big raids within certain points of the map. But moving on to a different point, in which is not as really close to this kind of like this kind of new island kind of thing, but it's NPC realism. Now within Ghost Recon Wildlands we didn't really have much realism for the NPCs. They were kind of just walking about doing pretty much nothing. And currently they actually jump into the road while you're driving, and they just show barely any facial expressions, anything like that. So kind of adding something like this within the game would be actually quite interesting. Now I don't want them to go as far as Red Dead Redemption, which I stated earlier, where they actually have different kind of jobs and the kind of set things that they do during that day. I don't really want to see that kind of thing. I kind of want them to kind of be a little bit unique with it. Just general kind of NPC realism, where they're not jumping in front of your car or any vehicle in which you're kind of riding. I'd love the NPCs to kind of still have a little bit of a personality and kind of characteristics, just to kind of make things seem a little bit more exciting. So then you actually feel like you're on the island of Varroa and you're surviving and you see all these people about. So my last point, bringing this to the end, is just a destructible terrain. Now within Battlefield they actually kind of have a destruction engine, and that's been within the game since Bad Company 2, or it might have been Bad Company 1. And this doesn't go as far as just the Just Cause series, but it kind of, I would like to kind of see this kind of Battlefield destruction engine kind of and weave it into a Ghost Recon game. So why not see this within Ghost Recon Breakpoint? Why not have this kind of destruction engine within the game? I see no reason why they wouldn't want to add this. Maybe if you kind of blow up half a building, that would be quite interesting, to be honest. Now I don't know if I'm going a little bit too far with that, that's kind of nearing obviously Battlefield and Just Cause, but it would be interesting nonetheless. So yeah, that's really all for this video. I do hope you have enjoyed. Do subscribe if you haven't already, like if you haven't already, and I shall see you next video. Do hit that notification bell just to get information about when I upload. Thank you very much, and I shall see you next video. Bye.